is Samara, and I started a new YouTube channel just specifically for my Sims stuff. But just to introduce the channel, I thought I would show you guys my current playthrough that I'm doing. Right now, I'm playing with the Oldie family. They're not a family that I particularly enjoy playing with. Most of the time, I have no direction with the Oldies. Now, as you can see, if you are a Sim player, I do not have Urban Coral currently in my game. Right now we have Tyler Huffman, which was just a townie. Claire Oldie, which is the first child that Herb and Coral adopted. And then Noelle Oldie, which is the second child that Coral and Herb adopted. So what we're at right now, the process that we are in at the moment, is everyone is grieving. As you can see, you might be able to tell that there is a wedding arch in the back of the house. That is intentional. There was a wedding that just happened. I should have recorded that for this first little video, but because it was kind of an exciting little affair. We had a little wedding. Actually, Tyler Huffman, which is this townie, that's why he's in our house at the moment. We had a wedding between him and Coral because quite a while ago, Coral is older than Herb, and quite a while ago we did lose Herb to the sands of time. So Coral and Herb in my game were very romantic related. They wanted to do a lot of cheating. So Herb did a lot of cheating, obviously. I think that is pretty prevalent in most people's games, is Herb is a romance sim. He wants to get out there and talk to other Sims and fall in love with other Sims. But in my game, Coral also wanted to do that. So Coral did a little bit. She was getting to know Tyler while she was still married to Herb, while he was still alive. And then Herb died, and Coral was like, I really want to make this step forward in falling in love and finding a new man, and this Tyler man. This Tyler guy is very unnotable, but she happened to just really like him, so she wanted to fall in love with him. So they fell in love. They moved very fast, fell in love within that day. They were on a date. They fell in love. She engaged him because they both wanted to get engaged to each other. So I fulfilled that one for both of them. And then obviously next step was marriage. They got married because I was like, why waste any time? She literally was at the end of her life. Like, she had one day. And I was like, if you guys are going to get married, you're going to get married today. So built the whole little ghetto wedding in the back. We invited the Pleasants over and some of Claire's friends. Noelle doesn't really know many people yet because he did just age up from a child. So he does not know many teenagers yet, but Claire had a few teenage friends, so she invited a few over. And some of you may not recognize these people in the back. I do have a lot of default replacements in. Just to kind of wrap up where we are, so we had the wedding party. Everything went great. They cut the cake. People loved it. It was a roof raiser. As you can see, it's still a roof raiser, surprisingly. But then 6 p.m. rolled around, and Coral reached the end of her lifespan. So we said goodbye to Coral, and clearly, as you can see, Tyler is not very happy about that. That is that you are caught up today on where this house is at. So just to introduce you to some of the people that are here at the party with us. So back here in the back, I believe this is our butler. Yes, this is the butler of the household. We did end up hiring a butler because Coral wanted one. So we had a butler come in, and he takes care of the house for us. Right here in front of the butler, we have Etsu Cho. She has become one of my favorite Sims in the game at the moment. She's adorable. She grew up with this haircut, and I thought it was the cutest thing ever. I think Claire is friends with... Yeah, Claire's really good friends with Etsucho, so that's why we invited her to the party. In front of Etsucho, here we have her... not her father, sorry. I thought he was Timothy for a second. We have John Burb. Because we did invite the Burbs, because I think Lucy Yeah, Claire is friends with Lucy Burb too. So we invited Lucy, we invited John, and Jennifer should be here somewhere in a minute. Oh, she's right here serenading John. Actually, she's right here serenading John. So how sweet of them, right? Oh, and I see Coral's little grave back here. I didn't notice that yet. Sorry. So in front of these two serenading lovers, we have Angela Pleasant, adorable as well. Her and Lilith grew up to be quite cute. But the problem I do have with Angela and Lilith is that they still are having trouble settling their differences. They're having issues. Lilith still lives at home with Mary Sue and Daniel, as well as some new additions to the family. But Angela she rolled the one after, they did not go to college. Both of them did not go to college. They did not want to. So I said, that's fine. College is not necessary. I let them grow up. They stayed at home. And Angela immediately rolled the one to want to move out. So she moved out into an apartment complex. But Lilith still currently lives at home. In front of Angela, we have Claire Oldie, who is adorable. Love her. In front of Claire, we have Daniel Pleasant. He has grown old. He is no longer a young spruce man. He has grown pretty old. On the couch, we have Vivian Riley. So Etsucho's mother. We, of course, have Tyler Huffman on the floor crying desperately. In front of Tyler, we have Mary Sue Pleasant, who is also grown quite old. And over here, in front of the couch, we have Noelle and Lucy. We have Lucy Burb, which Lucy, I think pretty synonymously in everyone's game, Lucy is a pretty adorable sim. So she's looking cute as ever. And then over here in front of them, we have Sally Riley. She's one of Claire's best friends. Not her best friend, because I guess apparently her best friend is Etsu. But Sally, she doesn't want to be BFFs with Sally too. And Sally is here at the party as well. It looks like Lilith is actually taking a bath, which is kind of weird to be doing at someone else's wedding party. But you do you, girl. I guess she's not known for being normal, really. And in here we have Timothy Riley. He is hanging out in Claire's room for some reason. So this is the Oldie household as well. Out here you can see we have Herb's tombstone. I struggle with this name a whole bunch. I just put them into one of the basic houses that you can buy in Pleasant View. It's very basic. I usually move them into this home. And if I don't move them into this home, I move the Rileys into this, or not the Rileys, sorry, the Burbs into this home. I confuse the Rileys and the Burbs, so don't ask me why. This time I decided to move the Oldies because I didn't think their family would be growing that much. I did expand the place a little bit because they did run out of room very quickly. I think I added this at some point because they needed more room for Noelle once they adopted Noelle. And this house is, I do really like the layout of this house. It's very hard to navigate. They don't like this area right here. I know I'm talking an awful lot, but let me explain a little bit about the game. So you may have noticed that we have a little bit of interconnection in this game. So what happened is I started playing Belladonna Cove. I believe it's called. I always get the name wrong. I wanted more Sims to play with, so I was like, let me move the Pleasant View Town in as well. So they are added on as a shopping district. Now, I will say this. I do prefer playing with the Pleasant View Sims. The Belladonna Sims like a lot of life. And I've just realized that it is very overwhelming having to play everyone. We're in rotation. I don't know what number, but what I do is I rotate by seasons. Because I know a lot of people do like Sunday to Sunday. I can't keep up with it. It confuses me. I mean, maybe if I wrote it down, it would help me a lot, but I'm trying to keep myself from having to keep physical paperwork of my Sims game. We're actually playing the spring rotation to summer. So next rotation, we're going to be on summer, and I think in this video, I'm going to end out spring with the Oldies, and then we're going to rotate back to the beginning, and that'll be with the Belladonna family. I've been playing with the Pleasant View Sims for a long time, because somehow I missed a whole rotation with them, I guess. and played everyone in Belladonna to summer. And then the Pleasant View people were behind 2 seasons, so they were in fall still. So I had to play them winter and spring. So I have been with all these families for a while, and it's a very messy way of playing the game. So enough talking. That's about 15 minutes of talking there. So enough talking. Let's unpause the game and see what we're going through here. I will ask you to please ignore any graphical lagging glitches with my game. I do have a lot of default replacements. I don't manage my game very well. My mods are not merged at all, and I don't have the best PC, so it does lag a little bit sometimes. The Sims 2 likes to crash, as I'm sure everybody knows. It's not really just specifically a me thing, but there may be a few technical snafus, but we'll get through them. Something also important to know, in case you haven't noticed, I'm sure you have, because everyone was just coughing in our ears. Everyone is sick. I invited someone to this party, or like 3 or 4 people to this party who are sick, and they immediately came, got Coral, Claire, and Noelle sick. I don't know if Tyler's sick yet, just because he just got moved into the family, so I'm not sure if he has gotten sick yet, but if he's not, he's well on his way there, I'm sure. So Tyler is currently being visited by the therapist to try to alleviate his aspiration failure right now, because he has went into aspiration failure, I believe, just because Coral died. And I don't know what I'm going to do with Tyler yet, honestly. I have no idea what I'm going to do with him yet, because I don't usually play Townie Sims too much. I have been trying to allow it where I can in this game. Like if someone wants to marry a Townie or something like that, I do allow them to move in to the game, and I'll play with them. And, you know, I don't have anything against that, but it is going to be kind of weird now, because I knew Coral was dying, and I was like, I'm bringing this man in. I have no idea what to do with him. And Claire and Noelle have no connection to him, so it's kind of strange to just have him living in the house with them, but it is what it is. As you can see, he does want to get engaged to Angela. I believe he has a relationship with Angela. Not yet. But him and Angela did know each other. I think in my game, Angela is a little bit of like a romantic sim. I can't remember what's her secondary aspiration is romance. So she's very romantic. So I believe she's aged up, and I don't think, so she aged up before Dustin. So her and Dustin are kind of, you know, there's a rift between them. So Angela is kind of moving around and you know, mingling with other people. So that's why he wants to get engaged to Angela. Will I let that happen? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I want that to be a thing. I don't think I really want this man passed around between my Sims like that. So it looks like Lila's finally done taking her shower, or her bath. And let me go over here and just tell you what I did do to Tyler, because I did change a little bit of his stuff. So I do want to give him a little bit of a makeover, not much, just a little bit of a touch-up. And he does want to buy some new clothes, but what I did do is go ahead and give him his second aspiration, which is pleasure. His second aspiration is pleasure. His primary is knowledge. And so I did give that to him. Went ahead and gave that to him. I gave him a college degree because he is a knowledge sim. He wants to max out 7 skills, but I went ahead and gave him a degree. I usually like to give my Sims degrees if I think that they would actually have them. I'm never going to get through this playthrough, this rotation, if I don't just unpause the game and let them do what they want. So it looks like Claire has just done her homework. The wedding party was a roaring success, congratulations. It was still a roof raiser. I was very concerned that the quality of the party would go down because Claire died. Or not Claire, Coral. I'm gonna mix up their names so much. Now he did. Coral isn't home. She's not alive anymore, hun. Please don't call like that. That's very sad to be calling her Coral's daughter and be like, oh, she's not home anymore. So he had a lousy wedding party. I guess just because she died at it. I mean, everybody else said it was good. They said it was good, but he got a lousy notification for it. So I don't know. I'm gonna put down the walls. I know the game looks better when you have the walls up, but they get in my way. And you'll notice I'm very, like, I move a lot in this game. I constantly move. I've actually broken the scroll button on 2 mice just from playing this and The Sims 3. I suppose we could probably get rid of the wedding stuff now. Yeah, we'll go ahead. I don't think we'll need it for anything. They did inherit a lot of money from... They inherited a lot of money from Herb dying first off. And then now Coral has passed away too, so they've got quite a bit of money. Now, I'm not going to let Tyler have a lot of this money. I've wrote down what he did inherit from Coral, and it's plenty for him. I don't want him to have any of the money that she left behind. She did have a job. Herb, I believe, was retired, so he just was making money off of retirement, which was a horrible amount. It was like $326 a day or something. But Coral had a lifetime want of getting to the highest in her career, which I can't remember what it was, but she had a want to get the highest in her career, and I did fulfill that for her. So she had full platinum aspiration her whole life, and she was making quite a bit of money. She was bringing home about $1,000 a day, and so we weren't hurting for money. And then with Herb dying, it was perfect. We had just the amount of money we needed. These two, if they want to go to college, will have a very successful time there. They have rolled the ones. They don't roll the one to go to college on the day they grow up, then I don't lock it in. So it looks like Tyler has just figured out what his hobby is. And I do use, if any of you are familiar with Pleasant Sims, you'll probably notice I do have a lot of similarities in the things that I do. I don't play The Sims 2 a lot, and I'm kind of trying to get myself into like a feeling how I want to play the game. So I'm just kind of following her stuff because I love all this really intense game building that she does. When they found their hobby, so his is nature, she has this thing where she's listed all the things that they can do within this hobby. And what I do is pick, so his is nature. There's 7 different things nature Sims can like specialize in. I put it in the random number generator, so he landed on a 5. So what his specialization is going to be is cloud watching. So this will be just something that he can do in his free time. So he wants to take a vacation. My problem with that is that Coral has passed away. I was going to let them go on a honeymoon if she had not passed away that day, but fortunately she did pass away today, so I don't really want him to go on vacation without her, and I don't want to force the kids to go on vacation with this man they barely know. So what I'm going to do right now is go have him change his appearance. I wonder how much the kids actually know him. Okay, so Claire knew him but had no numbers with him at all. It was a straight 0. Noelle does not know him at all. So that's very rough for these 2 children to have a man moving into their house and they have no idea who he is. I mean, they know why he's there, I guess. I'm not going to put any makeup on him or anything. I mean, I guess I don't really have to do anything at all to him because maybe give him a little bit of facial hair because he's kind of, I don't know, he's just weird looking to me. So he has the want to buy new clothes, so I'm going to have him come over here and order some clothes online. Looks like Noelle is currently in the kitchen admiring his mother and father's pots and pan rack above their stove, which is interesting, Noelle. Very interesting. This is completely what Noelle grew up into. I did change Claire's outfit just a tiny bit because Claire grew up in the t-shirt she's wearing, but then with some pants that were a little bit strange for her. So I did change those out because I didn't really like the pants she had on. It's about to be summer, so this will work. He missed work today. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, of course he did. He had a wedding today. It looks like Noelle was about to talk to him, but he did shut that down pretty quickly. Noelle just did throw a hate bubble above his head for a burglar. They did get burglared at one time. That's why they do now have a burglar alarm. Usually when I start playing games, I don't ever put a burglar alarm in until they get burgled, and then they usually roll the want for a burglar alarm, and we give them one then. So I am gonna move Claire's grave out here beside Herb's. Herb didn't get platinum aspiration because Herb's lifetime wish was to have 20 simultaneous lovers, and I tried very, very hard to get him that, but it was just not happening within the lifespan that he had. So fortunately, he did not get platinum he did not get a platinum aspiration. But that's okay. I'm not a big fan of Herb anyway, so he can get what he has coming to him. So I'm going to have Noel go in here and sell his painting, because I didn't sell it the other day because it was... he had the fear to sell a lousy painting, and I wasn't for sure if that would be considered lousy or not, so I was like, let me just wait until the fear goes away for him to sell that. He loves the creativity skill. Let me tell you a little bit about Claire and Noel. So Claire, first off, is a family sim, primarily. Her secondary aspiration, sometimes I give them, I'm pretty sporadic with the secondary aspiration. Sometimes I give it to them pretty early, sometimes I wait until they're adults. I will give her some of her family stuff right now. I'm not going to give her super fertility. And Claire has a few best friends. Of course, she's very good friends with her brother Noel, very good friends with Etsu, and it looks like her and Sally finally became best friends forever, and now she wants to be best friends forever with Lucy. So, what are you doing? No, don't paint on his easel. I hate when they do that. That's his easel, it's not yours. So, what else is there about Claire? She doesn't have a job. She hasn't rolled the one to get a job yet, so I haven't given her a job yet. She is a Virgo. She's a very neat person, so she's usually the one that cleans the house. And she's very shy, very serious, and about halfway on those two, on grouchy and nice and lazy and active. Her interests are pretty high, pretty diverse. Looks like her highest is sports. Her hobby is science, and she is specializing in biotech, which is specifically a science career thing. Like, you can only get it if you're at the top of the science career. So I have been thinking about changing that, because she does want to become an education minister. So she wants to be the top in the education career. She's painting. I'm going to allow that, I suppose, because she's already over there doing it. It looks like Noel wants to resurrect Coral, but I'm not sure about that. Claire has, last thing I'll say about Claire is she has currently $16,000. She has $6,000 in the bank, I believe. That's actually something I need to really quickly housekeep on. She has 6,500. Because she's gained interest on her money. So I'm going to put in 10,000, because she got 10,000 from Coral passing away. So she's going to put in 10,000 in the bank, and then we'll move on to Noel. So Noel was the second child that the Oldies adopted. His best friends forever are only Claire and Brendan Pleasant, which is another of the Pleasant children. He is older than them, so they haven't grown up in the rotation. Yeah, I played the Pleasant family right before I played the Oldie family, so he hasn't aged up yet. But his best friend forever is Brendan Pleasant, and he's really good friends with Auntie Di Beto. He also does not have a career. He has very high creativity. I didn't talk about Claire's skills. Hers are pretty all over the place. She kind of likes to do a lot of stuff. I think she did a lot of skill building as a toddler with the little toys and everything. So she had that going for her. His one true hobby is music and dance. Although he does have more in arts and crafts, probably just because he paints all the time. but his one true hobby is music and dance, and he specializes in singing, which we don't have anything for him to do that yet. He is attracted to fitness and bats, or vampires. Bats. He's attracted to bats. He's attracted to vampirism, and his turnoff is gray hair. Now, I didn't talk about Claire's. Claire is turned on by poor people and black hair, and then she's turned off by good at cleaning, which she's good at cleaning, so I guess that balances out. Now, one last thing I will say about both Claire and Noelle is that when my Sims become teenagers, if they were born in the town, at the beginning of the game, I roll everybody's gender preference. But when new Sims come into the town, new children are born, once they become teenagers and they are able to start dating, that's when I roll their gender preference. And Claire and Noelle are both gay. I believe they're two of the only children I've had so far that have come out. It's very likely I may not be able to play the next person in the rotation because this video is a lot longer than I expected it to be. I can yap a lot. So we just successfully put in $10,000 into Claire's bank account, so she now has $16,500 in there. I'm gonna have Noelle deposit his money as well. So right now in his money he has $11,200. And that is from his interest accruing to. So he got $10,000 from Herb dying, and he also got a $10,000 from Coral dying. Now, Claire she was not as good of friends with Herb, so Herb did not leave her that much. He left her $6,000, and Coral left her $10,000. That's the money they got. Now, Coral and Herb did send some money to the Pleasance as well, and Tyler has $20,000. That is his money alone, because I think he also moved in with like $15,000 when he moved in. So I'll go ahead and give him like $15,000 plus the $20,000 and call that a day on it. Now he will have a job too, and I'll probably try to keep up with the money he makes to put that into his separate account, because I really don't want him and the kids connected at the moment, because they really are just kind of living together. In fact, I might try to move Tyler out if I can, because I really feel strange with him living here in this house. That might be something I do before the next rotation, is get him into a different house. For now, I'll leave him, because we only have 2 days until, well, we only have 1 day now until the rotation's over, so it won't be too long, and maybe he'll get to know them a little bit. He's gonna have no connection to the kids. He did get married to their mother, so it would be kind of weird to not let them interact with him a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and queue up the depositing for Noelle, so when he gets home he can put it in, because I didn't have enough time before he left for school. So he's gonna put an additional $10,000 in there. I'm gonna go ahead and have Tyler put his money in. See, he has none right now, obviously. I'm gonna go ahead and have him put his money in there, which is gonna be $20,000 plus, I'm gonna say $15,000, because I think that's around what he brought when he moved in. So I'm gonna give him $35,000 dollars or moolah in the bank. I'm gonna put it all in the bank because they can live off of the money that they have. They've got a little bit of extra with all their money that they're putting in the bank. So he successfully deposited $30,000, and then I'm gonna put that extra $5,000 in there. So that he'll have $35,000, and then I'm gonna have him go ahead and pay their bills. So that's not a worry for them. Now Tyler is in the criminal career. At the moment, I'm thinking about changing that, because I don't really like that for him, but it is what it is at the moment, I suppose. So he can stay there until he rolls a 1 to get another career. I'm not gonna make food because the butler will make food here in a few minutes, hopefully. But I was gonna put him into something more related to nature and the environment, because that's really where his interests lie. And I was thinking about maybe doing like natural science or something like that. So I gave him a degree in mathematics because one of the primary careers for the mathematics degree is natural science. So maybe if he rolls the one, or if I just decide to give him that, he can have that. I guess he can go ahead and make lunch because it doesn't appear that the butler is going to be making lunch. I don't know what the butler's doing right now. He's just standing in the bathroom. Oh. Well, no wonder he's not making lunch. We don't have any groceries. One of my least favorite things about The Sims 2 is having to order groceries all the time. Oh, and I guess I should point this out so you guys don't. I am well aware that the roads do not match. Now, I could go ahead and alleviate that. I usually don't change it because I'm lazy, so once we go into every household, you're gonna see that every road looks different from what it will look like in the neighborhood and in the draw distance, and that's just because I haven't changed them. I know that seems so dumb, but it's just, I'm telling you guys, I'm very, very lazy with doing the stuff that I need to with this game. I'm a big fan of playing The Sims, but am I a big fan of, like, making it a full-time hobby? No. I usually play it, you know, on the weekends after work. It's usually my game of choice, so. And to make it match the sidewalk, I think there's something in here that we can use. There we go. I'm not a builder. That's one thing you'll notice about me in The Sims. My building is very simplistic, and when I decorate like this is not like my favorite decorated place, but when I decorate like this, I consider this an achievement. And it's not, compared to what some Simmers do, it's a very low effort decoration. And I understand that. I understand it's very low effort and there's not a lot into it, but oh, here we got a chance card for Noel. It says, in art class, Noel is told to paint an elephant. Noel isn't the best painter of animals, so he considers painting an abstract piece instead that invokes an elephant. Should Noel try to paint a realistic elephant or an abstract piece? That is very realistic. I don't think Noel has decided to paint any animals. So to tell you what I do with my chance cards, what I do is go to random.org. The same thing I do for rolling for their sub hobbies. I do a roll between 1 and 2, and then I will choose what that roll is, just because I don't like to ignore the chance cards, and I don't like to randomly choose, because it gets frustrating after a while because there is a lot of repetition. So I just let it be a random number roll. So it looks like it didn't work out well for Noel. Noel can't paint an elephant, and he knows it. His attempt at an abstract elephant, however, is not much better. His triangular gray blobs on the paper look lazy, and he loses some arts and crafts enthusiasm. That sucks for Noel. He's very enthusiastic about his painting. The whole reason I buy him the easel is because he wanted his creativity skill to go up, and there might have been another reason, I'm not 100% sure, but I gave that to him, and he hasn't stopped since he was a child. I believe Herb and Coral adopted him as a baby, as a toddler. They adopted Claire as a child, I think, and then Noel as a toddler, because I wanted one toddler. That's gross, Tyler. You're eating out of the trash can. Is he a slob? Oh yeah, he's a big slob. Yeah, and then you're gonna cry because you're eating out of the trash can. That makes a whole lot of sense. Anyways, Noel and Claire have just arrived home. It looks like Noel's grades are slipping and Claire has no homework. As you can see, Claire finds her friend Jeanette attractive. She's pretty good friends with Jeanette too. It's just a townie. It's not anybody of any note. So it looks like Noel's going to go ahead and put his money in the bank. And no one is aging up today. It's just going to be a pretty normal rest of the day. It looks like Noel now has $21,200 on his bank account. So they're doing pretty well for themselves, the kids, and I'm happy for them. You know, it's they've had a good life. They got adopted. They had successful parents. Now I believe both Claire and Noel did catch their father cheating on Coral with another woman, but they did have a good life despite that. They had parents who were wealthy. They had, you know, each other. They are very good friends with each other. They don't bicker or fight, and so they've had a good life. And they'll continue, I hope, to have a good life. Now, the one caveat I will say, they can probably make it. But the one caveat about Tyler moving out will be that they won't have any money actively coming into the home. Unless Claire or Noelle get a job. So that might be one thing I'll have to think about before making that decision. So I had her call up Lucy so they can try to get their relationship higher so that maybe she can become BFFs with her as well. I wonder if Noelle finds this friend attractive. He brought this friend home. Daryl Clark. And both of them, one thing I will say about both Noelle and Claire is that they're both ready to be in a relationship. They're really looking forward to it. They both have been, just since they grew up, rolling ones to go steady, go on dates, be romantic, fall in love. And Noelle has been rolling a lot of ones to go to college, so I feel like he for sure will probably go to college, but I don't know about Claire. It looks like he doesn't find Daryl that attractive. Like I said, I don't have any other gay Sims moseying around the town right now, so it might be a little hard to find him a partner. But we'll get there eventually, I'm sure. I'm gonna go have Claire, even though she doesn't want to, I'm gonna go have her continue to paint her painting, so maybe hopefully she can finish it, so I can pass the easel back over to Noelle, so she won't just be hogging it with her painting. Because that's my problem with other Sims, is that Noelle will continue to work on his paintings, other Sims will not. You know, obviously if some random Sim comes in and they start painting on it, they're not gonna finish it, and even she's not gonna roll a one to finish this painting. So I'm gonna have to make her finish it, or scrap it for Noelle so he can continue his stuff. So it looks like the butler has made some chili con carne. I don't know how to say it, but he's made some for the kids. These roses are from, I think, from some of Herb's dates and some of Claire's or Coral's dates. So I'm gonna delete these. I usually like to delete them unless my Sim's like a romance sim or something, because usually my Sims could use a little extra money, and I don't need those. What am I gonna do with a bunch of, you know, flowers? You get them for every date that's a dream day or a good day, so I just delete them all. Plus Coral and Herb are no longer alive, so there's not really any point in keeping those. I'm very surprised that we had food as long as we did in the fridge, because the butler makes food constantly, and I'm also surprised that we didn't have any leftovers in the fridge, because the butler makes food constantly. So that's usually like his nightly thing, is he makes food. He usually makes like salads, though. He's actually switching it out by making chili. So I guess, I wonder if we can find, so I think I'm going to try to get a microphone for Noelle and figure out somewhere to put that. Oh, I still have move objects on. I was like, why is everything why is this fitting everywhere? And then I realized when I was going through the bed that wasn't intentional. Maybe we'll put it outside for now. I should have kept the chairs, then it could be like a little entertainment spot. His sub-hobby is singing, so he needed that eventually. So I got that for him. So I'm going to deduct that from the amount of money he has. Okay, so everyone again has aged up a day. So it looks like now Noelle is at 11 days to being an adult. Claire is 8 days to being an adult. And Mr. Tyler is 27 days from being an adult. I think the butler just got insecure about his body. I was like, I need to work out more. As you can see, these rotations that I go through are pretty long, so I might try to start the next family, and then if that becomes too long, I'll just go ahead and cut it off, because the next family is kind of a fun family for me to play, but they're not exciting, so Not near as exciting as this family was for the first few minutes. Like I said, I should have recorded the wedding and the funeral and everything, because it was a whole little get together there for a few moments. Okay, so Tyler got a chance card. It says, while out on an early morning hike, Tyler comes across an unusual looking insect, maybe I meant unusual. Tyler returns home and finds that the bug is extremely rare and unlikely to be found in this section of the country. Should Tyler retrace his steps and look for the insect himself, or alert the professional bug trackers? So I'm gonna roll again, and it looks like we got a 2, so he's gonna alert the professionals. The bug tracking professionals are able to locate the rare insect, and Tyler is celebrated for an incredible find. Tyler is given exclusive membership to a secret lot. It looks like it's homework time for the kids. I'm not gonna have Noel work on his homework because they have been consistently since they were kids, and their grades are pretty good. But the thing is that I usually don't have my Sims work on homework unless they roll the one to have good grades at school, or roll the one to do homework. And these two don't roll those ones. So honestly, they should be doing very bad at school. But the only reason they're doing good is because I have that mod in that makes it where they'll do their homework every night at a certain time. And I do like it, but I do like with that, every sim would be, doing wonderful in school. So I think we're gonna ask everyone to leave, because it's getting pretty late, and I think Noelle and Claire are about to turn in for the night. I'm gonna have him go ahead and put the chili away, because the butler never does that before he leaves. I want her to finish this painting. Okay, she finished. Okay, sell that, girl. Yeah, you can go ahead and eat some dinner before you turn in, because it's only 10, so it's not that late. You can get the 1 bowl of chili left. I guess we really clean up at this house on the butler's food. So Tyler came home, no promotion or anything, just, oh Gertie, he farted by the mailbox and sniffed it. What an amazing person. I'm gonna have him work a little bit on his creativity before he goes to bed, because he needs some to max, or to not max, but to get to the next level in his career. Alright, so it is now the first day of summer. So I will now rotate to my next household. Oh yes, everyone's getting money. Kids are getting up for school. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and head to the next house, and I'll pick back up with you guys. Okay, so I do want to show you guys real quick. This is my Pleasant View town here. Most everybody's in the same houses they were originally in, but we do have some people like Angela's over here in this little apartment complex and everything. So not much going on. Like I said, if I continue going through this, maybe I'll continue when I do my Pleasant View rotation again, because like I said, a lot more interesting. I'll show you what all has changed in this town, because this playthrough I feel like has been very sporadic. There's been a lot of things going on that don't usually happen in the game for me, so it's been a very interesting one for me. So I'm going to return to Belladonna Cove, because we were in the shopping district of Pleasant View. We're in the shopping district of Pleasant View, which is how I've added Pleasant View to the game. I'm thinking about, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I'm thinking about doing a playthrough on here where I just play Pleasant View and do rotations of Pleasant View and have fun showing what's going on in that world. Okay guys, so going on to continue my rotation, the first family I start with in Belladonna Cove is the Baldwins, and now the Baldwins did used to live in, what apartment complex was it? One of them up here, maybe? I don't know. They used to live in a pretty nice one, but they clearly outgrew it. As you can see here, they clearly outgrew the apartment. So I built them a house, or I don't think I built it. I think it was a house I had in the bin, and I just plopped it down and decorated it for them, moved all their furniture over. And loading up into the lot here, it looks like they're on their first day of summer. This is their house. It's sort of I'll show you the outside first. I think it's one that I downloaded from somebody because I don't really build houses. So I think it's one that I downloaded from somebody. So it's a cute little house. It's got plenty of room for them. From what I remember, I think. Maybe not plenty. It looked like some of the kids were mashed in rooms together. But you've got their kitchen here, pretty standard. Living room or dining room situation. Bathroom. This is their living room. I think I really like their living room from what I can remember. It's pretty nice in here. It looks like we've got Sophia and Marcus, the two oldest, in this room over here. We have the two boys, the younger boys over here, Donovan and Darian. And then Emily. I think Emily is the oldest child. So, she's actually about to age up in one day to a teen. So tonight, the boys, Darian and Donovan, are twins. So they will be aging up at the same time. Marcus and Sophia. Sophia looks like she's pretty far up in her teenage years. She got 2 days. And Marcus has 8 days. And then we have Benjamin and Isabel. I don't like the layout of their bedroom. It has a toilet. I don't like playing my game where I can't see. I like staying at like a static view like this, or like moving like this. I don't like, having to move around to do stuff, so I like to be able to see everything from one point of view. They both have the want to have 10 children, but unfortunately they are elders at the moment. I don't know if this was one thing I didn't know, was if adopted kids would count towards the 10 children. They have 5 right now, so if they adopted 5 more kids, in theory, if it worked, they would have the 10 children they wanted. But I don't know if it works like that. This is the season setter. I think I said once I moved him over, I had to set the season because it was all messed up. We'll start off talking about Benjamin. It looks like Benjamin is unemployed. Interesting. I don't remember that being a thing. I wonder if he got fired? I think Benjamin might have gotten fired. I do think that Benjamin might have gotten fired the last time I played with him. Looks like he wants to get a job in the business career, the athletic career, and the oceanology career, so I guess first off we'll go have him look for a job and see if he can find any. She wants to flirt with him, have a party, chat online, and play with. She is currently in the law enforcement career. She is Vice Squad level 5. No more jobs today. Okay, sorry Benjamin. I guess you're not getting another job today. I kind of wish everybody wasn't wide awake right now so they could all go to bed, because it's very hard to go over what's going on with this family when the whole family is up. They're all in bed except for Sophia. She's awake. So, but I'll allow that. We've got a few things going on here. Benjamin, his lifetime want is to graduate 3 kids from college. I hope he can do that before he passes away. His primary aspiration is popularity. His secondary aspiration is family. For Isabel, her primary aspiration is family. Secondary is pleasure. She wants to become the captain hero, so she's still working on that. It's been very hard with her being out, having so many kids and everything. We've got Sophia here. Her primary is knowledge. Her secondary is fortune. As far as I remember, she's in a relationship right now with Alexander. Her and Alex, they're not in a relationship, but they're crushing on each other. But Alexander is kind of there are a lot of girls who love Alexander and want to date him. And I don't know who to let have Alexander. I think at first I was letting Alexander choose when I played with him. And I think his first one he wanted was Sophia. So I think that's why him and Sophia are in a relationship, because I don't see Alexander as a cheater. Moving on to Emily here. I'm going to forget their names a lot. So she is still in school, obviously. No aspiration. She's very neat, very active, very playful, shy, and grouchy. So, a little bit of a kid. I don't know who she's more like. Really, it looks like neither of them, really. Darian looks like he's pretty even across the board on his personality. He's a Cancer. Got nothing going on for him either. Looks like he just wants to make a friend. Donovan, he wants to be friends with Carly. He's pretty high on everything, honestly, just a little bit serious. So Sophia is also one of my favorite looking Sims in the game at the moment. She is actually adorable. Just, you know, has such a cute, and the hairstyle that they put on her, I didn't put that on her. I think she grew up in it, and I was like, well, I'm definitely gonna leave that because it's cute. I don't know why everybody's like being in her way right now. She's trying to do stuff. This is what happens when you have a house full of children, I guess. She currently wants to go to college, but like I said, I don't lock that in until it is the day they age up. All the kids need to be going to school. I don't know why all of them are ignoring the school bus that's outside. And you may notice that the school bus icon up here on all of these is purple. I used to have a purple school bus in my game. I took it out, and ever since then, my icon has never been not purple. So that's kind of what's going on. That's the situation we find ourselves in. I believe that Benjamin is the one taking care of the garden, so I'm gonna go have him take care of the garden. Benjamin's hobby is tinkering. He likes robot crafting, so it looks like we haven't yet got him the materials to actually do his craft. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now for him. So there's not really much room to put it anywhere. I guess I can put it in their bedroom. That'll work. Sometimes I put it outside because there's just never enough room for it inside. But the bedroom works this time. So also, Isabel, her hobby is cuisine, and she is the one that has the bar down here because she specializes in bartending. So that's her thing. Sophia's hobby is fitness. She specializes in jump roping. Marcus, his specialization is baseball, and his hobby is sports. For Emily, it's games and bowling. For Darian, it's fitness and swimming. And for Donovan, it's fisting. Wow. Fitness and lifting. So once they get older, they will be in all of that stuff. I only give them their hobby, their sub-hobby once they've figured out what their one true hobby is. So this family has just managed to figure it all out and not needed any help, I guess. I don't think I helped any of them with. Can you go ahead and keep making this, Isabel, so it doesn't go to waste, please? Oh, he's gonna do it. Okay, he's taking care of it. I'm gonna have her chat online because she wants to chat online. So this is not a very exciting household, as you can clearly see. I mean, the kids are the excitement, and when the kids are here, it's overwhelming. I'm gonna have her take a bubble bath now because she wants to do that. Benjamin, you can eat your omelet because I didn't want to. His locked wants right now are to harvest good produce and then have 10 children. I think, real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and Google. Looks like I've already Googled it before. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and have them try to adopt some kids and see if that does affect the want. I'll have Benjamin do it since he is almost done eating. Sophia's school is trying to earn enough money for a new swimming pool, and they've asked all the students to help out with the base. Unfortunately, most of the students don't know how to cook. Sophia volunteers to offer students cooking lessons, and the sales turn out to be a huge success. So Sophia earned 1 cooking skill. That's good. It's weird. I don't know what that dialogue was about. I guess it was like, are you sure you want to adopt a kid? The kids are going to be surprised when they get home and find that they have a new brother or sister. So Sophia and Marcus are home. I think so. I was looking up online, and it looks like it might be possible to achieve that one by adoption. But I think some people are saying you might have to get them as an infant. I guess we're gonna do baby. So now I'm gonna tell you guys how I do my naming the Sims in my town, the new Sims. So I go and generate a random letter. So it looks like our random letter C. So then I just go look up some names. I think I like Chloe, so I think we'll do Chloe. I don't think we have any Chloes in the town yet. I used to be terrified of the social worker when I was younger because there was like sometimes where she would come and steal my babies, you know, because I didn't take care of them well enough, and she's like, you can't do that, you have to take care of your babies. So she'd come and steal my babies. It would freak me out. Like, it would give me, like, I got, like, bad anxiety from it. Like, at one point I had, like, tried so hard to keep my kids that I, like, was deleting her and stuff, trying to get her to stay away, and she kept coming back. And then it got stuck, I think, in, like, you know, where, like, someone's going to take your child so you can't go into build or buy mode. I don't recommend trying to cheat the social worker. Just try to take care of your kids. Did she get the baby to you? She dropped the baby on the ground. Go get her. Go pick up Chloe. That hoe really just dropped our baby on the ground. Okay. Okay, so we got the crib here for Chloe, guys, and I think this is where I'm going to end it this time. It's been kind of long running, so I think I'm going to end it here. I might upload some more of this rotation, maybe with some different families, so look out for that, and thank you for watching.